life during a storm, knowing that they're going to have lights, knowing that they're going to have AC, knowing that their food isn't going to be wasted because they just went to the grocery store a week prior and all of their refrigerator not working and everything. So we offer those ways to be able to allow you to do that. But as for environmental, I think on top of our Aurora design that we work with, it actually shows us how many trees are being saved, how much the difference between oil being burned and renewables taking over, you know. So it's definitely a big need for it. It's just a matter of turning the perception of solar around into a good manner of understanding what it actually does and how it could help people.
My name is Justin Kasper. I'm the owner of Kasper Electric, and I support these guys in their endeavor to bring a greater sense of, a good name to the solar industry for our area.
I'm Adam Patterson. I'm on solar sales. I'm responsible for lead acquisition. I do a little bit of permitting and also solar design.
My name is Jordan. I'm the director of the division. So what I do is a little bit of kind of everything from sales to permitting to, design also, and just kind of everything in between.
Yeah, so Kasper Electric's been around since 1978, and my dad started the business. We primarily served at the time just Palm Beach County, doing commercial renovations and some ground-up commercial work, even some country clubs. And out of building a country club, there was a demand for service. The people in the community we were building country clubs for would see the name, start calling for, hey, the light's out. Hey, I need to add some switches or remodels, stuff like that. So for about 25 years, we did mostly commercial and service work. Today, we're doing commercial service, high-end custom homes, and renewables, which is everywhere from Fort Pierce to Miami and anywhere in between.
Great. And what would you say motivated you to specialize both in electrical and then make that transition to also specializing in renewables?
So transitioning from just electrical to renewable energy as well was really a supply and demand scenario. Very much so. The reason we started doing service was people were, calling. They knew we did good work in the commercial realm. We have customers that called and complained about their experience in the renewables, the solar realm, with people, knocking on doors, selling them something, walking away, never hearing from them, and having an install experience that was terrible. So if our customers were interested in renewables, it's in our wheelhouse. We're a licensed electrical contractor for the state of Florida. And if our customers had something we needed or they needed that we could facilitate, we wanted to do that. So we could curve the, negative experiences that our customers were having. So that was the main reason we got into solar. The other is because it's a much bigger picture, renewables opposed to just solar. A lot of people are just selling solar panels and putting PV panels on a roof. And that's really, in our opinion, not the right way to do it. We want to look at it from a holistic view. So we just want to bring a different approach, a better approach, and a more holistic approach to our customer base.
So there's actually, many different researches that have come out, but for the most part, this is where, in my opinion, the world is going. There's other states that are doing it on a wider spread. I think Florida is ranked in the top 5 states with the most power outages, along with I think it's the most power outages in the top 5 states. I think Texas is another one, Arizona, Hawaii, and California, I think are the next ones. But with that being said, it's one of those that with power outages comes a need for electricity, and being able to be on your own grid, being able to power your home, especially in a power outage. It's with Florida being 100-degree weather during the summertime, your home's being 110-degree in the house, it's not fun. You can't leave your home. It's all boarded up, So if we can give families that peace of mind, knowing that, okay, when a storm comes, they will be able to have, I guess, a easier life during a storm, knowing that they're going to have lights, knowing that they're going to have AC, knowing that their food isn't going to be wasted because they just went to the grocery store a week prior and all of their refrigerator not working and everything. So we offer those ways to be able to allow you to do that. But as for environmental, I think on top of our Aurora design that we work with, it actually shows us how many trees are being saved, how much the difference between oil being burned and renewables taking over, So it's definitely a big need for it. It's just a matter of turning the perception of solar around into a good manner of understanding what it actually does and how it can help people.
I don't know if you guys remember when hurricanes were rolling through about 20 years ago, running power lines or extension cords over to your neighbors and all, and just to, keep your refrigerator running and TV running. I think we went like 10 days without power one time in Tequesta. I was born and raised here. So to actually be able to have power when the grid is down is huge for us. We do a lot of battery storage and battery backup with our solar designs. So just having that peace of mind, knowing that we are overdue for a big storm when it does come, knowing that you will be able to power your refrigerator, your AC, your television, keep the lights on is huge.
Yeah, the third and main decision maker for people going towards solar. We talked about the environmental aspect, the nice having power when there's a power outage. But, the number one thing that people usually look at when deciding on buying into renewables is the cost savings. So, we just had a 19% increase last year?
Yeah.
18% last year. And I understand, things are getting more expensive, so the utilities need to charge more. But the idea of solar and renewables in general is exciting because if you remember 12 years ago when LED lights started coming out, they were very expensive. But once people started buying in, the company started developing larger budgets for research and development. So now we're seeing a panel the size of today used to produce 70 watts. I mean, we're up to panels doing 420, 430 watts for the same size panel that was, 5-10 years ago. So it's exciting to see people starting to buy into this because what's happening is it's driving the cost to, install this on your home down to where our objective is a 20% savings. So if you have a $500 bill with the utility today, we're hoping to be able to offset that enough to where your payment for the solar or whatever the package is, maybe even some hot water, solar pool heating, variable speed pool pumps, the full gamut of renewables, down to a $400 monthly. And that the coolest part is that's a fixed cost for that next 25-year period, opposed to seeing the utility go up another 18% in the coming years, where currently if it's $500 today, it's likely in 10 years to be $1,000. In 10 years from now, if you were to use some of our strategies, you're still only paying that $400.
Yeah. One of the main things actually talking in homes is people don't understand, I think is a big thing, is that they're saying it costs a lot of money, but the reality is right now on a home that is a $300 bill, you're looking at an FPL loan that you have out with the FPL for almost $250,000. So it's there. You're paying for it. You're not going around it. You need electricity. So it's our job right now is to be able to switch that and be able to give you a fixed rate, so that you can stabilize your bill and not have it increase with FPL. So that's kind of the cool thing, and that I like to express to people is that you already have a loan out for $250,000. Hey, let's try and cut that down and try to save you some money, because you can do a lot with $250,000.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that once you have solar, you're getting away from FPL completely, which you're always tied into the grid. Our goal really is to either stabilize your bill if somebody is financing a product, or if somebody is paying their package in full, you're still going to be paying usage and taxes to FPL. So one of the things that we try to hone in on is, even though you have solar, And one of the reasons why battery backup storage is such a big thing these days is so you can still have power, because you could have solar and a hurricane can roll through, but if you don't have battery backup storage, you're still tied into the grid and the grid is down. So we want to create your own grid for you in a manner of speaking, so that you're able to power your batteries and the batteries are able to power your home. But I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that once you go solar, you're away from FPL, and that's just not the case.
No, nor would we recommend that. The grid is great. We just want to create the grid as your backup, not the primary. So,
yeah. I mean, another misconception, I guess, is the, on top of what he's saying, is the ROI, return on investment. A lot of people back 10, 15 years ago, it was in that 20 year, it was where, it's going to take me 20 years to pay it off, so I don't want to get it. Right now, we look at a lot of our projects, and they're in the range of 5 to 8 years. 5 to 8 years, you get your money back, and then some. So from there, it's from that standpoint, it also helps with selling your home. Selling your home, it's a lot of people go, it's not gonna help me sell my home or anything, but the reality is the people who come into that home are coming into a very, very low electric bill, whether it be $25, $30 or whatever it may be. It's a low electric bill, considering if it's a 2,000 square foot home, you're looking at an average bill of $250. Now, if you have a pool, $350. So it's one of those things that there's a very big misconception in the return on investment with solar and the renewable side of things.